He's like, I'm hip with the kids. Maybe they'll want to watch me, Bill Maher, an ancient fossil, talk about boring garbage. Maybe I'll get on the Tic Tac. You know what it's time for, guys? Let's have some fun.
They're doing something. They're doing.
Sure, yes, you're right. They're buying them boys' clothes.
And telling them you're a boy now. Okay,
no, they're not telling them. They're just agreeing with. They're like going.
Well, they're
okay,
agreeing
honey.
with an 8-year-old because when has their judgment ever been off at 8?
You knew
Anyway,
you weren't gay, right?
That's.
It's not different.
It is different.
No, it isn't.
It's okay. Good luck with President Vance.
Okay, my friend David Cross was on the
Holy shit, he just got so bodied.
Bill Maher. What do they call it? The
Club Random.
Club Random.
It's so random.
It's like
so random.
What are we doing here? What are we talking about? I'm really high. So let's have this conversation.
I mean, I'm sorry, but Club Random sounds like a Disney channel show.
It really is the girliest,
like right after
girl.
Right after Hannah Montana, it's Club Random.
There was a lot of
Really, it was not on purpose. Haha.
things in this.
He's like, I'm hip with the kids. Maybe they'll want to watch me, Bill Maher, a fucking ancient fossil, talk about boring garbage. Maybe I'll get on the Tic Tac. Christ. It's so easy to lay down common sense like that, and then Maher has to babble and go, oh yeah, well, good luck with Vance. Yeah, it's pathetic. It's actually pathetic. Well, because if he actually had to make an argument and say, well, being trans is different from being gay or whatever, he would have to explain why, and he can't explain why. His explanation would be, well, that one it doesn't feel right, like it doesn't feel natural, whereas being gay feels natural or something like that. He's just going to make an appeal to nature, which is going to be totally useless. Never forget how creepy Bill Maher was with that 20-something-year-old girl. You mean, excuse you, put some respect on her name, the Hawk-Tuah girl. He had her on, and it was the most awkward thing I have ever seen in my life. That ruined my perception of Bill Maher more than anything else he's ever done.
Episode. I didn't watch the whole thing, but there was a lot of clips I've seen that I find quite agitating. Bill Maher is a bit of a coward. He'll bring on people who, are not necessarily spending all of their days working out these rhetorical arguments about this stuff. And he's a condescending, disingenuous.
So you're telling me you don't think David Cross anticipated having to talk about Sia Weaver while he's promoting his comedy special?
Zoran's tenant, like Czar. Yeah. Oh, she's a communist.
Do you know who Sia Weaver is, who I've been obsessed with because she had a tweet?
Oh, you don't? You're in a bubble. You also probably don't know about what Zoran's wife said when she was 13.
Yes, you live in a bubble where you don't look at the tweets of the First Lady of New York from 15 years ago.
Right. What are we supposed to do? Look at the mayor's policies and whether or not they've been good? Look at the fact that Zoran has already made 6,000 landlords pay over $30 million to repair units? What are we fucking supposed to do, man? Excuse you, criticize politicians for their lack of ability to enact change? No, of course not. We have to talk about what his wife was posting on Tumblr when she was a teenager.
Bubble are you living in?
I like having a sort of like obsessive quality or obsessing over something and being like, you're in a bubble if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about.
Total bubble.
You can't quote 30 Rock word for word like I can. You live in a bubble.
All 3 Packers kickers on the roster right now?
Yeah.
There are 2 cohorts of people who know who Sia Weaver is. 3. 1, people who are interested in housing policy, like really into housing policy. 2, people who watch this show because they saw her on the program, I don't know, a year or 2 ago. 3, people who are in the right-wing cesspool looking for any reason to have a problem with Zoran Mom.
Sorry, how could you link this to me, fistful of checks? Fuck you for making me see this. Mods, ban him. Knowing chat, you would get a fucking sub for this. This is the episode where he has Hawk-Tuah girl on.
Suddenly famous. Nothing to be ashamed of. But now we have to move past that.
I agree.
Haley. What's your last name?
Wilt.
I knew that. I was testing you.
It's okay. I had to sound out your last name early.
I don't expect you to know me. Most of the country does, bitch. But no, I'm kidding.
Okay. I don't even particularly like the Haktua girl, mostly because she did the crypto rug pull. But like, I think we are all on the same page when we say, get away from her! Get a job! Oh my god!
But you're young. You'll get there. That doesn't matter. What matters now is move past, let's call it your origin story. And it's very much like the Kardashians.
Mhm.
You know origin story from comic books, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
Oh my god, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. You know, origin story from comic books. What are you, fucking 600 years old?
what's the Kardashians' origin story?
They started out before all the plastic surgery and everything else, didn't they?
No, what's their origin story? What put them on the map?
I'm not up to trends. I had to figure out who you were today. I'm so serious. I don't keep up with
Oh,
anything.
you're 21. You're not supposed to. I'd be disappointed if you did. But someday you will. Someday you'll be calling me and say, Bill, I'm really getting caught up on the Middle East. Can you tell me? And I'll tell you. But
Why? Like the guy, okay, whoever put this studio together, which honestly, seeing how bad it is, it might have been Bill Maher himself. Why are these chairs so big? First of all, the set is like, it's so bad. I can smell the cigarettes off the set. Second, why are the chairs so big? Look at him. He looks like, like Blue's Clues, when the chair is so big and then like the people look small in them. He literally looks like he's 2 apples tall. What was the point?
getting caught up on the Middle East. Can you tell me? And I'll tell you. But but right now, no, it was a sex tape. You don't know?
It was Kim's, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do know this.
Okay, I do know.
Okay.
I didn't know that's what like started it all for him, though.
Absolutely. And they're very nice people.
Oh yeah, I'm
Chris
sure.
has sat right in that seat. She's what?
She's been right here.
Many people have. Even people you know. But yes, they're wonderful people. They're just very nice. The only thing you can get them on is the Kardashian story. It's as if Spider-Man became Spider-Man because he blew a spider.
That's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So, like, your origin story is Haktua. It's cute, but we must now
Move forward.
Who the fuck is we?
very circumspect in how we allow people how long we let them play that out. And
Let this be a warning, chat. Let this be a warning. Anyone who tells you, okay, this is what I'm about to say is a hate crime. So I need you all to not get mad at me. Okay? You need to know, and I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Any dudes that you know in your life who put 0 effort in themselves and then say, no, it's okay, because like men age like fine wine and women age like milk. So my strategy is that I'm going to be like 40 and then all of the women are going to be super into me. This is what happens to you when you think that. Okay? This is what happens to you when you think that. Okay? That's not a hot take at all. Well, people get mad sometimes when you say that, like, first of all, it is literally factually true that women prefer, you can ask any woman, literally any woman, if she would want to date someone who was ambitious and career driven and had all the positive traits that you associate with someone who's older or whatever, in the body of a 40-year-old or in the body of someone her age, she would say, in the body of someone my age, duh, hello? People prefer people that are around their age. You have more stuff to talk about. There's no generational gap. Like, why wouldn't you, hello? Like, use your brains here, okay? Sad part, though, Bill is vain and thinks that he takes care of himself. I think when he got glasses, he almost had a personality crisis. Stop. This is the meanest thing. Oh, my God. This is, like, literally the meanest thing I've ever read. Ever. Oh, my God. Are you a teenage girl? Because how is this message so mean? His forehead transitions into his hair at the same angle that they build the Patella Palace walls to not collapse and keep the center of gravity low. I
don't like denims, like, at all, because her camera is so fucking big, and it bothers me.
I would expire. Yes, I would expire. Holy shit. Why do men even say things like that? Well, I think it's like cope. It's sort of like this. It's the same cope every time. Like the looks maxer people and the PUA people and like the people who say that shit. It's all the same type of cope that it's like, no, it can't possibly be that I should work on my personality and put effort in myself and that naturally will attract other people to you. As long as you go outside and try and make an effort to go meet people. It must be that it's all about money. Obviously, that's what it is. No. It must be that it's all about looks maxing. No. It must be that it's all about like your age. No. It's like, no, dude, you are a composite of all of these smaller things. And if you worked on a lot of these smaller things and improved your personality, people would like you more. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. It's crazy. It must be the Sigma grind setting. All incels are personality cells. So true, dude. So true. So true. The best example of this, by the way, one of the most depressing things I can ever show you. So I'm sorry for ahead of time for this. It was this like insane like 4chan post that I could not believe. It must be my willingness to switch to a support character when there are already 3 DPS. Exactly. Precisely. Exactly. Hold up. Maybe it got deleted. It was this like insane like post from this actually insane incel, and the post read something like there was a woman at there was this like Stacy at the I think he said he had okay wait maybe I can find it. Hold up. Let me make you guys suffer through this. I think I can find it.
Got to play a little hardball with this, and insist on Haley, and that's why it's important also to figure out your next step. So that will probably come out just during the course of this conversation. It's better if it just happens organically. I find in my mentoring life.
Your mentoring life.
Yes, it is what it is, and it's now the next thing. Hey, thanks for.
I like how. Wait, I'm sorry. This is his official podcast, by the way. His podcast channel. Club Random Podcast, and they cut him off on his own podcast. This is his YouTube. The YouTube editor was like, fuck you. Hey, thanks for... And then the video just fucking ends, dude. Oh, my fucking God. I can't believe I can't find this stupid post. One sec.
2, people who watch this show because they saw her on the program, I don't know, a year or 2 ago. 3, people who are in the right-wing cesspool looking for any reason to have a problem with Zohran Mamdani because he is incredibly popular and has probably been, I mean, just objectively speaking, accomplished more in his first 120 days or whatever it's been than any politician they can name who's actually done something. Like, it's arguable whether Trump was more destructive, but any politician that has an actual positive agenda, you'd be hard pressed to find any politician who has achieved more in 120 days. You may not like it, but he's delivering on what he said he was going to do. But today they just came out with another tax proposal that looks like it's going to happen. That's going to raise another $1 billion to deal with this deficit that Eric Adams left. But they're so desperate to find something wrong with Mamdani, they got to go deep into his wife's tweets and talk about one person who is working in a massive administration in New York City with a massive budget, working on housing policy, and not even they're talking about her policies. They're talking about a tweet she had 5 years ago. But be that as it may, here's Bill Maher talking to David Cross. Is this the one about the trans? Okay, yeah. Here he is. Bill Maher is so worried about little children that he doesn't have.
You need to be checked. People need to be checked.
I think they'll be
including your little girl.
Okay.
She needs to be checked. I don't know what.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that little bitch with her black friends and trans friends and not even understanding. She doesn't know.
Wait, she has trans friends in 3rd grade?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, they know they're trans in 3rd grade.
I knew one of her friends. I knew when he was a girl.
How old?
I think just turned 9, and is just the coolest kid. I think
boy to girl, girl to boy,
girl to boy,
girl to boy. Okay.
And she has another very close friend who's not in this school, but who's boy to girl. At 3.
A girl to boy, I knew somebody who said to me, actually more than one person who said to me, a woman said, I was what they called a tomboy. If I was alive now and acted the way I did then, that's what they would have done to me.
Well, nobody's doing this to her.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Literally.
They're gonna do this to you. What?
Can I just pause to say, as somebody who, I cut off all my hair for like 2 years, wanted a stud in one ear, only wore a it wasn't LeBron James, it was Shaquille O'Neal Lakers jersey, and was a real tomboy for quite a while. I did not get a lot of pressure to change my gender, and I didn't end up doing that. It was a phase because I was allowed by my loving mother to to experience that kind of thing and experience my gender
your mother
performance.
did that to you, allowed you to cut your hair and wear a boy's shirt.
Yes.
I will tell you, I never got along with I never got along with boys, but I also never got along with very girly girls. And still to this day, I do feel like there's disconnect where I suffer from I feel like all of the hobbies or a lot of the hobbies I got into are very traditionally or classically or generally overrun with men. And so, and I you guys can see, the most I can do, okay, is cut my nails and try and file them to a shape that's not ugly. Okay. And I buy nail polish and I try to use it. The problem is again that I have I'm annoying is the problem. So I want to get my nails done at a salon because I see the nails and they're so nice. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to get them done. And then I look into them and the UV light gives you skin cancer. And then the girly pops are just put sunscreen on right before. But the sunscreen doesn't actually stay on your nail bed. And you actually are still getting the cancer to the skin under the nail. And so I'm like, well, I can't do that, which removes so many options. And then all that's left is figuring out a way to make normal polish look like gel polish, which is very difficult. Or you can do dip powder nails. Yeah, but then I have to find a salon that won't use any UV, right? And I just have never sat there, the technicality of getting your nails in. This is why I struggle with a lot of things, because it's just I don't know. I can't. And so I'm like, you know what? Either I have to find a salon that will listen to me if I say I don't want to put my hand under the UV bed, or I have to find a way to make normal polish look like gel polish, or I have to wear fake nails. And I love the way fake nails look. They're so cute. But I hate what it does to my nails afterward. You remove them and it's your nails are so fucked. They're so fucked. So yeah, I don't know. Can't you just do your own nail polish? Well, yeah, but the problem is I like the raised bed look. Like, I love the way that gel polish and like acrylic look. And I even got like an acrylic set. And first of all, my hands are not, I am not dexterous enough to use them. This is such a girl talk conversation, right? But like, when you apply normal polish, you can see like your fingernail bed is like straight. But I love that when they do acrylic or they do polish or they do fake nails, your nail goes up a little. Like, it looks so, I love that look. And I want that look so well. And like, also, yeah, regular polish doesn't stay on as long. Basically, my point is whenever I have spoken to women this way, they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it. Like, do you put sunscreen on your nails too? Like, wait, what do you mean? So anyways, yeah, I forget what I was saying. You know, for skin cancer, like going outside. I mean, you do it like a normal amount, right? But what are the male hobbies? Like, mostly just gaming, just like sitting home and playing video games. And when I was younger, it was even worse. Like, I didn't like anything feminine. Like, I didn't wear makeup. I never did my hair. I wasn't into dressing myself well. Nothing. Like, literally nothing. So, yeah. Do you see fake nails? I did see those, but they actually are really uncomfortable. You know? Also, I hate the argument of, well, everything causes cancer. Okay, I'm not going to fucking speedrun that shit. Hello? Hello? No. I'm not going to add to the... That's like... Which I understand you are morally consistent when you say that. The type of person that says that also adds one more shirt to the clothing pile because they're like, well, the clothing pile already exists. That's not how I operate. If there's a clothing pile, I don't want to make it worse. I'm not going to add one more shirt to the pile. It's already bad enough. I got to put the fucking shirt away, and then I got to fucking work on the shit that I didn't work on. Right? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I will not. I will do my best to not make things worse. Okay? Well, yeah, because you only have one shirt, so there would be no pile. Shut up. Do you just never get your nails done, or rarely? I just basically don't get them done. How much worse is doing that like twice a year gonna actually be? I mean, probably not that bad, but I don't know. Anyways, why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, all of that was to say, I don't think I was ever like a tomboy, but I definitely was not a girly girl, and I did not get along with the girly girls. But like, at no point did anyone say, or at no point did I think I wasn't a girl. Like, hello? Because it has nothing to do with whether or not you present feminine or not. Like, that's separate.
Yes.
And last I checked, LeBron James is...
It was Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal is a boy.
Man. Yep.
And a man. And you were allowed to... And your mother did that to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
To quote V, not doing anything is doing something. You know, they're doing that to you.
And that made me think of it a whole different way. But it's just how he opens this act talking about kids. He has no idea what he's talking about whatsoever, but speaks with the utmost authority to a father.
He has zero understanding. The idea of people kids going through a phase, or ultimately not it being a phase, and allowing them to express themselves, he perceives this as some parent is pushing an agenda on the kid. His perspective on parenting is so twisted, and it's even more twisted based upon the fact that he does not have a kid.
It's crazy.
It is.
You gotta check these kids.
Yeah. Good.
All those people, one day.
Yeah.
One day timeout for all of them.
To the way I did then, that's what they would have done to me.
Saying.
Well, nobody's doing this to her.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
literally, nobody is doing this to her.
How old?
She is, or he is, either 8 or I think 9.
Okay, then somebody is doing something, because 8 or 9-year-olds can't.
No, you know what they're doing?
Can't do anything.
They're responding to the child, and the child says, I want boys' clothes. I want to be addressed as a boy. And the parents are going out and buying boys' clothes like they would if she was a tomboy. And the only difference is referring to this kid in the way that the kid wants to be referred to. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, social transition.
And there are numbers on trans affirming.
And the thing that's crazy is these conversations existed long before, I guess, trans people became more publicly visible, I guess. And I really don't understand like cishet parents where it's like, oh, my kid wanted to do their polish, but I would never let them because that's, what are they, fucking gay? It's like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you?
Care for kids that just show how infinitesimal this kind of thing is. Lancet had numbers on when they looked at younger kids when they were socially transitioning and beginning that kind of care, that 98% continued care as teens, according to Lancet. And then there was also a pediatric study about the very notion of detransitioning, where they looked at kids who had socially transitioned and after a 5-year period, what they how they ended up. 94% continue to identify as their socially transitioned gender. The remaining 6%, you can have that. Half of them stopped care and identified as non-binary, so that's 3%. And the other less than 3%, they decided, yes, I'm going to remain as my birth gender. But that was heavily weighted when analyzing this in pediatrics with kids who were under 6 years old before they had undergone any bodily changes, any of these hormonal changes. The detransitioning part, where kids are exploring their gender identity, yes, that tends to happen when they're much younger, before any of the medical interventions that he's talking about have even occurred, let alone even if they're in the time when kids are experiencing puberty. A lot of this stuff is just hormone blockers and other and hormone treatments, or I should say puberty blockers and hormone treatments that like aren't the drastic medical intervention that he's talking about and are used on cis children very frequently, which Bill Maher doesn't say shit about.
But this is also
The reality too is like, okay. Last time I talked about parenting, got myself into some hot water. So let's see what happens this time. I have noticed a lot of parents, not all parents, obviously, but there are a concerning number of too many parents that see their kids as an extension of themselves. And like beyond just property, but as like, no, you don't get to live your life because that's my life you're living. And if you think that as a parent, I hate you. I actually hate you. And so does your fucking kid, okay? Because like, nobody wants to be a representative for their parent. You didn't sign up for that at any point. My dad has told me so many times how I'm his legacy and he's going to be immortal through me as long as I have kids. Like, it is, can I say something even more insane? I understand, like, if you're a parent and you want to be a grandparent, that's valid. The desire is valid. Demanding that your kids have kids because they owe it to you, it's like, am I crazy or is that not an insane thing? Am I wrong to say that you shouldn't pressure your children into having children? Or you guys can tell me if I'm wrong about this, because it feels really insane that's just something so many people say. It's so crazy. It's so insane to me. I'm a parent. I don't care what my kids do with their lives as long as they're happy. I mean, as long as they're happy and they're safe and they're doing well in school, you know? You're wrong, and only men should be doctors or something. It's so wild. Like, my mom calls me, I'm reading a chat message. Chatter says, my mom calls me selfish for not wanting kids, and then says I need to have kids so someone will take care of me when I'm elderly in the same breath. It's like, you what? Best I can do? A cat. best I can do. Trans girl here when I was a kid, therapists, parents, teachers, everyone in my life did everything they could to convince me I was cis. Parents legit get offended if you're not what you think you are. It's crazy. And like, I do understand. I think that there's like a wide breadth of possible problems that like you as a parent can run into, especially in our society where I'm very empathetic of parents that don't and didn't want their kids to be gay or trans because they know that their life is going to be more difficult because of that. Like, they accept it, but they're also frustrated because our society just fucking sucks and we treat queer people like shit. That, it's like, I almost understand the perspective there of like, No, but like, I don't want to sign up for the hardest difficulty of life. And you don't want to, you don't want to sign up for the hardest difficulty, man. Life is hard enough. So like, I understand. I can even empathize with that perspective, right? But Jesus fuck. Like, actually, like the transphobic parents that are just like, but I was supposed to have a little girl. Like the Elon Musk of the world that are like, I only have sons. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you. And I feel like in most of my life, I feel like I've been the crazy person for saying it's insane that you would have a kid and need the kid to be a specific gender. It's like, if you wanted a specific gender, you should have gone to a fucking orphanage. You know, you're rolling the dice. You're not allowed to be mad with what you get after you roll the dice. What the fuck? That's great. Kids deserve to be wanted and not be an item on a checklist for having a successful life. I heard that from my dad. Quote, I only have 2 sons or 1 son. I'll never have a daughter. What the fuck? That's so insane. That's so insane. And I've heard people in the wild say this, and I've always felt like a crazy person for being like, I don't know. I don't think you should like force your kids or like pressure them to being whatever mold you wanted them to be. That's crazy to me. That's a crazy thing. They didn't sign up for living and consciousness, dude. You kind of just like gave that to them, and now they're just kind of dealing with it. And now they have to live the exact life you want them to live. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? And again, I even understand, like, I totally understand the mentality of like, well, I want my kid to have a good life, and that's why I want them to have like these things. But there are a lot of things that don't fucking matter. Like, I don't think anyone wants their kids to get addicted to drugs, but that's because that would make their life worse. And there's kind of like no upside at all. Like, it's like, no, bro, I was meant to be a meth head. It's like, no, no, you were not. Stop. Please. Yeah, I don't know. Did you live your parents' life? No, I don't think you have a responsibility to live the life of whatever your parents want. That seems weird. Speak for yourself. I don't want my kid to be some loser narc. Drugs aren't bad. Misuse of drugs are bad. Well, yeah, again, it's like, I think within reason, there are things that you can ask or like want your kid, but that should be like the same stuff everybody wants because you want your kids to do well in life and that you want them to be happy and healthy, right? I don't understand I've never understood, especially like, I've never understood parents that care that their kids are gay. So weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't understand. It's like, why does that matter? Like, literally, like, what? How? How does that matter? Like, literally, how does that matter? That's so crazy. All right.
So it also reveals the fact that this has nothing to do with protecting kids or any of that stuff, because there is no physical intervention that's happening at this point. It's just simply, I'm going to buy you the clothes you want, and I'm going to respond to you in the way that you want me to.
Yeah, she, her.
And it's like,
and kids know, like,
and it's.
I also feel like letting kids explore, like, clothing and presentation is like, I'm not a pediatrician or a child psychologist, so maybe someone in chat who can comment on presentation of children and hobbies and fashion and whatever can comment on this. But I feel like for me, I benefited from being able to make my own decisions when it came to like how I presented. So like the clothes that I wore or like how my hair looked, because it let me like explore what I liked and what I didn't like. You know, I got to realize that, oh, I actually don't like wearing skirts, or like, oh, I do like wearing skirts, or I do like this, or I do like to present this way, because you don't know that you're not going to like something unless you do it. And this is like I'm just talking about cis kids. That's all I'm talking about. I'm just talking about cis kids. And I feel like unless you let kids experiment in that way, experiment here meaning like I don't know, let them go to Hot Topic or whatever. Let them be scene kids or whatever. They're never going to know if they like that or not. And like repressing it forever is only going to stunt their development later. Like, can you imagine if I had my weeb scene kid phase at like late 20s or 30s or something? Oh my God. That would be terrible. Oh my God, Jesus. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that is life in general. When Chatter said as a child therapist, yeah, letting kids explore and have some independence is good for development. And it's also like I feel like you learn more from like doing than you do from your parents or some other authority figure telling you, right? So I know I feel like I've seen TikToks and shorts and videos from people who are like, yeah, well, my kid is not going to have a Disney princess backpack. He's going to get bullied at school. It's like, well, why not try and explain that to the kid and then tell them, they might be mean to you. And if you like it, if you like the backpack, wear the backpack. And if they're mean to you and you want to switch the backpack, we can switch it. And then let them like experience it, right? Like saying, no, you don't get to have that. It's like, that can't be good for your development. Maybe it's fine for your development, but like, I don't know. I feel like that's an easy lesson to learn. Shouldn't you just let them get the backpack they want and learn about human suffering on their own? Or cruelty or whatever? Like, that's such a small mistake to make as a kid, or like such a small negative experience to have as a kid. Shouldn't you let them have that? Bold of you to assume parents give a shit. No, there are lots that do. I mean, come on. Funny story, my dad is full bald. He sees me at 34 with 0 bald spots and gets mad. Dude, you're like hair mogging your dad. What the fuck? Dude, stop hair mogging. Oh, and Chatter said, my son is a gay middle schooler. Most of the kids are extremely judgmental. It's all about the perception of how others will see you, which they've learned from their parents. Your reputation is so dumb. And it's like, again, there are things that like you will get shamed for that are worth being shamed for, right? Like if you show up to work and you smell awful every day because you don't fucking shower, you deserve to be shamed for that. You don't deserve to be shamed for your sexuality, right? Like that's insane. I feel like if your parents are meant to do any of that social teaching, it should be to help you understand the things that you should be shamed for, like not showering, and the things that shouldn't matter because you can't control them anyways, and no one should be shamed for those things. Also, again, Segura actually has kids, but Maher has the thought of what he thinks kids should be like. It's so cringe.
It is exactly, if you are concerned, like Bill Maher and his ilk pretend, you're making changes, irreversible changes on these children who are going to later. This is exactly what you would want them to feel comfortable and have the opportunity to try out what they want to try out as they grow through up until adolescence. This is exactly what you would encourage.
Yeah.
If you are sincere in your deep concerns.
And did you see how he gets fixated specifically on the boy to girl one?
Oh, definitely, because when he said,
can we go back a little
girl to
that?
boy, you could see he was almost disappointed.
Because there's a lot of misogyny and patriarchal notions that are undergirding the fixation, particularly with trans women. One, because a lot of men, view themselves as the dominant sex, and a rejection and understanding a rejection of masculinity towards femininity is offensive to their notions of superiority, even if these men don't fully acknowledge that that is how they feel. That's how they've operated in life. And it could happen to me. And in the same way that gay panic is elicited by these kinds of men that are not in touch with their gender expression or sexuality, or repressed or hateful in some way. It's also this fear that they're projecting onto it, that they may at one point be attracted to a trans woman, and how gay does that make you? So they never focus on trans boys and girls. You really rarely hear it.
He's disappointed when Cross said it first.
Right, because they're like, oh, you want to be a man? Of course you do. Of course you do. But a woman, ugh.
Right. Then I can also transition into my sports argument.
But the sports argument is the avatar for right. It's just I'm adding to it. The sports argument is the avatar for like for also they're reaffirming their notion of their masculinity by fixating on it because they pretend that they're protecting girls. Like they're protecting women and girls from the scary men, and that makes them feel like, oh, okay, I understand the boundaries of gender now. It doesn't make it so scary for me.
She was a girl.
How old?
I think just turned 9, and
Why is she speaking in capitals? Because she needs to speak her fucking truth, dude. Also, 100% he's so scared he's going to be attracted to a woman who has a penis. I saw one tweet that was like, I didn't save it, but it was so true. It was like a tweet. I don't know if the person who posted it was trans. They said like, I can understand having like genital preference and you know, having thoughts about whether or not you would date someone who is trans if you're gay or you're lesbian. But if you don't date trans people as someone who's bisexual, something weird is going on there. And I gotta say, that post was so true. That post was so true. Because like, how can you have the mentality of like, I'm just down for whatever. And then you're like, but not that. It's like, well, why? And then you see like the replies, and all the replies of the bi men and women saying that they wouldn't date a trans person are all the most insane people you've ever seen in your life. It's like, because I don't encourage people's mental delusions. It's like, see? Yeah. Okay, but bi people aren't real. Shut up. Stop with the rage baiting. Stop. Yeah, I do think if you call yourself bi and you're like, I would never date a trans person, it's like, what's going on there? Let's unpack that. Let's just unpack that. Huh. Huh. Why would I want the best of both worlds? Why would I give a shit, dude? Why would I care? I can't, like, you claim to be a pancake and waffle enjoyer, but if someone said, like, hey, I'm bringing you pancakes, and then they brought you some waffles or something, you're like, I can't eat that. It's like, but you said you like waffles. Sorry, we didn't have any pancakes. I can't eat that. Well, you said it was a pancake, and now it's not, so I can't eat that. It's like, huh? The fuck are you talking about? That star, bitch. Okay. I don't give a shit. So weird. I don't know. Pansexuality is trans inclusive, whereas bisexuality is trans exclusive. In my experience, the words mean very similar things. And as someone who's used both labels, I feel like there isn't really like, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you just like the label that you like. And being bi definitely does not mean that you are trans exclusive. In my experience, I feel like pan just means like, it tends to mean like a little bit more than bi in that, and the way that I've seen it presented or talked about or described as being attracted to like the people rather than, and like you don't really care about the gender markers that exist, and that's not important. Whereas bisexuality maybe sometimes is a little bit more like, oh, I'm interested in men and women, but it still can be trans inclusive. There's no reason not to be. But anyways, I like the bi flag better, so I call myself bi. I like the pan flag better. But I'm just like, whenever I talk to normies, I just say bi because it's easier to say. In many areas of America, bi means both, and pan means what is that? So I'm just used to bi. Yeah, I like the pan flag colors more. They look kind of nice. I like them more than I like the bisexual flag colors. Don't hate me. The pan ones are cuter. They're cuter. They are. It's a really great color scheme, right? The bisexual colors are like, yeah. Oh, look, they got blue and purple. Whoa, where's the yellow, bitch? So, anyways. I'm not sure if I'm bi or pan, so I just say queer. Well, yeah, that's always like the safe one to go for. Kind of lame. No one thought to put the TF2 frying pan on the pan flag. It's true. True. Crazy because being bisexual is very obviously binary coded, so you just automatically think man or woman. Well, yeah, but then I've seen some people say like, because language is descriptive, not prescriptive. So I've seen other people say like, well, bi has to mean two. And two can mean that you're into non-binary people and women, but not men. And it's like, I don't, in my experience, when you talk to people who are bisexual, they use bisexual to mean what I think people generally think of pansexual as being, which is like, oh, I'm just into like men and women and also whatever else. Like, I don't exclude. But I'm sure that there are transphobic people that are bisexual that just hate trans people, and that's why they use that's why they call themselves bisexual instead of pansexual. But I don't. This is actually a great way. This is the way that I've seen. You described it better than I did actually, because I tried to, and I think I failed a little bit. This is much better. Pansexuality can be for anyone, largely with no preference. Bisexuality usually means, or can mean, that you have a preference for masc or femme. Bisexuality is not inherently transphobic. Yeah. Thought you were only attracted to gamers. Wrong. I'm only attracted to gamers that are good. Get fucking owned, idiot. Dumbass. Bro just got disqualified. Sorry, that was too far. That was too far.